Welcome to the Spunky Spirit Podcast. I'm your host, psychic medium Carrie Muggs. This is where we learn all things spirit, everything from spiritual gifts, awakenings, ghosts, aliens, and starseeds. Nothing is untouchable, but always fun and spunky. I am honored to be on this spiritual journey with you, so make sure you hit the subscribe button so you never miss an episode. Hello, and welcome to this week's podcast. I have realized that I've never really talked about the chakras. I've talked about a little bit of them in other episodes, but I've never really talked about the chakras as chakras. And so, because our chakras are so important to have them be aligned and to us being in alignment, I'm going to kind of touch base on those today and chakra alignment. Now, just know too that you're not always going to have every single chakra in alignment and every single chakra open. I mean, this is every day it's going to be a different thing. Sometimes, you will have them open. Sometimes you'll be struggling with that chakra. The one thing I do know is there's different opinions about whether or not you should close your chakras or keep them open. I never close them. And I keep them open all the time, but I use protection during my readings and things like that. So I've been told by a couple of mediums that you never close your chakras, but I've read books where they tell you that you need to close your chakras daily. So it's up to you how you want to do this, but I'm going to kind of explain the chakras. The chakras are just like our body has different organs inside of it that help run our body smoothly. Our spirit has different energy systems in it, and they're kind of all aligned up in our spine, up in an alignment with from our head to down to our torso, and they're called the chakras. And they rotate, they give us energy. They sometimes can be kind of shut down if we close them off, and I feel like they're what organs in our body help run our physical body. The chakras help run our spirit or our soul. They're kind of that energy frequency. And the most powerful way to open and activate and balance all the chakra is to keep our bodies and mind healthy, and to love ourselves unconditionally, and to keep our physical bodies healthy too. And so they kind of work combined with each other. That's why chakras are so important. They combine with each other. You always have to be moving energy, and that's just like exercise isn't always to lose weight. It's to move that energy, that stagnant energy inside of us, and this is what those chakras do. A lot of people think the chakras look like a lotus flower, like they can open up. I imagine my chakras looking like a stargate with the color of the chakra. So I don't know if any of you have seen Stargate or watched Stargate. It's just like a circular kind of military device or scientific device that people would walk through and go into different dimensions. I always imagine my chakras like that. So when I do chakra meditations, I imagine my chakras spinning in these circles, in these kind of like Stargate things. And I've had some pretty profound chakra meditations that are actually pretty cool, like all the colors. But I'm a very colorful person. Even when I do Tibetan bowl massages, I can see the colors of the bowls. So I love color. And so the chakras, I love them because of the color. But I'm going to kind of explain how each chakra works and kind of go over what they do and the best things to do and use to open them. I do have a chakra kit that I use in some of my classes where you get a pendulum and you put it over that certain chakra stone to see if that chakra is open, and it will go in a circular motion if that chakra is open, and it will go back and forth if it's not. And then I use a certain oil or I take that crystal and rub it in my palms to kind of open that chakra. Now you can do this without a kit. You can draw the different colors of the chakras in a linear on a page in a linear formation. And then you can take a pendulum and put it over each chakra. And if that chakra is closed or open, you can ask, show me open, show me closed. The pendulum will go in that direction. And then you can decide, okay, if this chakra seems to be a little bit closed, then you can use the things that I'm going to tell you that you can use to help with that chakra, help and open that chakra. So the first chakra is the root or the base chakra. It is down in the private area, the very, very lower one. These are now for me, the hardest chakras to align are the lower chakras. The higher chakras up in the third eye, and those are easier for me, just because that's part of I use them a lot. The lower chakras are a little bit harder because they have to do with self-confidence, self-love, all that stuff. So a lot of times to get fully those chakras open and rotating correctly, or significantly, there are a lot of therapies involved. So this location is at the base of the spine or the coccyx. The color is red. The secondary color is black. The element of this is earth. And the root chakra gives you vitality. It gives vitality to the physical body. It gives you your life force. It gives you survival, self-preservation, your instincts. And the organs that it's attached to in your body are your adrenals, your kidneys, your spinal column, your colon, your legs, and your bones. And the best crystals or gems to use with this, or to carry around with you to open this chakra, is ruby or garnet or bloodstone, red jasper, black tourmaline, obsidian, anything red or black, because that's the color. And the foods that you want to eat are probably proteins, red fruits, red vegetables. As you'll notice with most of these chakras, the foods that are connected to it are the foods that are the color of the chakra. And this one's red. So the qualities and the lessons that go with this chakra. So if you're struggling with any type of this, it's probably has to do with the root chakra or the base chakra. Things that relate to the material world: money, finances, success, your physical body, your mastery of the body, any type of grounding, if you need to ground more in your own individuality, stability, security, your health, your courage, your patience. If you sometimes, seem a little self-centered, if you're sometimes a little bit insecure, you feel like you're a little violent, or you have greed or anger, or you're overly concerned with your physical appearance, or you have tension in your spine, this could be signs of that chakra being closed. So that is the root or the base chakra. Now the navel chakra, it goes up a little higher. The location of this is your lower abdomen or your navel area, like right below the stomach, this belly button. Its color is orange. The element is water, and the functions for this are procreation, assimilation of food, your physical force, your vitality, your sexual vitality, anything to do with sexual stuff, like that is to do with your navel chakra. The organs that go with this are your ovaries, your testicles, your prostate, your genitals, your spleen, your womb, your bladder, anything in that area. And the crystals that you want to use when you're trying to work on this chakra is anything gold or yellow. So you'd have coral, amber, citrine, gold topaz, peach aventurine, things like that. Any kind of those type of colored of crystals. The foods for this are liquids, so like protein shakes, any kind of orange fruit, any kind of orange vegetables, carrots, oranges, things like that will kind of help move this chakra along too. The qualities and the lessons that this is associated with is giving and receiving. So if you have a hard time receiving things, then this might be an indication that there needs to be work in that chakra. Your emotions, which is so huge for everybody. So this chakra is like the hardest to work on. Well, for me anyways. For some people it might be easier. Your passionate, your love, your sexuality, your changing, your movement, your creativity, your health, your family, your surrendering to spirit, and working with creatively with others. So if you're struggling with things like food or your sex drive or you're having sexual difficulties, you feel like you have no purpose and you have envy or jealousy, or you desire to possess certain things, you have any trouble with your uterine or your bladderal stuff, this is most likely this chakra, the navel chakra. So if you want to work on that, you get those things that we talked about. And some of the sounds, like if you want to use meditation, water would be a good, like ocean, if you want to use ocean meditations or nature sounds. Same with your root one, if you want to use the sound of earth or the sound of like rain or the sound of like, those meditations that have nature sounds, both of those would work for your root and navel chakra. So the next one is the third one, the solar plexus chakra, and it is above your belly button or above the navel. It's below your chest. The color is yellow, and the element for this one is fire. So the functions for this are the sympathetic system, the nervous system, the digestive process, your metabolism. Also, your emotions are in this one too. And the glands or the organs that have part of this are your pancreas, your adrenals, your stomach, your gallbladder, your nervous system, and your muscles. Now, the crystals that you want to use for this one to help with this one is citrine, anything yellow, gold topaz, tiger's eye is awesome for this, and gold is awesome for this. The foods are anything starchy foods, also yellow fruits like bananas, and any kind of yellow vegetables like corn or anything like that will also help with this chakra. The lessons and the qualities that go with this chakra are your free will, your personal power, your own authority, your energy, your mastery of desire, your self-control, your radiance, your warmth, your awakening, your transformation, any kind of change, laughter. If you're struggling in this area, you might want to work on this chakra, taking in more than you can assimilate or taking on too much, creating your boundaries. Too much emphasis on power or recognition. You want to always be attention seeking. Your anger, your fear, your hate, and digestive problems. Those are all kind of dealt with the solar plexus chakra. So the meditation you might want to use with this is like fire sounds. You know how you have those Yuletide fireplaces and you listen to the fire crackling. So you might want to get one of those candles that burn or sound like fire. Those will help too. The next one is the heart chakra, and it is in the center of the chest. It's your heart center, and it's green. The secondary color for this is pink, and the element for this is air. So anything air, all my air people out there. The functions of this is it's an anchor. It's an anchor for your life force. It's from your higher self, from the divine, anything love, anything unconditionally loving. It energizes your blood, your physical body. It's just the source of your life force. It's just, and there's blood. Blood circulation has to do with the heart chakra, which makes sense because of the heart. The glands and the organs that go with this are your heart, obviously, your thymus gland, circulatory system, your arms, your hands, and your lungs. Which makes sense because it's all right there. The crystals that you want to go with this are emerald, anything green, pink tourmaline, malachite, green jade, green aventurine, rose quartz is a good one. It's pink, and ruby. The foods that will go with this, obviously green fruits like salad, anything green vegetables, celery, all that kind of stuff. The qualities and lessons that go with this chakra are unconditional love, forgiveness, the divine, compassion, understanding, balance, group consciousness or collective consciousness, your openness with life, your acceptance for yourself, peace, harmony, and contentment. Those all go with that. Now, if you're struggling in these areas, if you repress love from people or hold love from people, if you're emotional instability, you kind of feel like you're out of balance, or you have circulation or heart problems, it can be because of this heart chakra. So working on opening that chakra or working on clearing that chakra. The fifth one is the throat chakra. This one is in your throat area, and the color is sky blue. The element for this is the akasha or the ether, so it kind of goes with the Akashic records. This one functions with your speech, with your sound, with vibration, your frequency, and communication. Obviously, it's in your throat. So if you're having throat problems, you're probably having a hard time communicating with other people or with spirit. The glands that go with this are your thyroid, your hypothalamus, your throat, your mouth, and the parathyroid. colors or the gems that go with this is turquoise, chrysocolla, which is one of my favorites. Blue topaz, sodalite is also one of my favorites. Writers have sodalite a lot. Lapis, aquamarine, azurite, and kayanite. And the foods that go with this are blue and purple fruits and vegetables. So purple grapes would be good for this, any kind of blue or purple. The qualities and the lessons that go with this are the power of the spoken word, true communication, your creative expression in speech, your writing. These are my writers. Arts, integration, peace with yourself, truth and knowledge, your wisdom, your loyalty, your honesty, your gentleness and your kindness, your reliability. And if you're struggling in this area, it's with communication, with speech problems, with lack of discernment, depression. This is probably in that chakra. The next is the brow chakra. This is your third eye. This is right in the middle of your forehead. This is the pineal gland, the Egyptian eye. This is what that symbolizes. And it's between the eyebrows. The color for this is indigo and dark blue. The element for this is light. So the functions are vitalize the lower brain, so your cerebellum, and the central nervous system and your vision. So if you're struggling with that stuff, it could be that eye. And also too, like dreams and things like this. This has to do with your brow chakra or your third eye. The glands or the organs, obviously the pituitary gland, the pineal gland, the left eye, nose, and your ears. So sometimes when we have a third eye frequency raise, we'll get a sinus infection or headaches or things like that, because that's when you're starting to come into your visualization or your third eye. The gems and minerals that go with this are lapis, azurite, sodalite, quartz crystal, sapphire, and it says indosalite tourmaline. I've never heard of that before. Obviously, the foods are also purple and blue with this too. This goes with your soul realization, who you are, what you stand for, your intuition, your insight, your imagination, your clairvoyance, your concentration, your peace of mind, your wisdom, your devotion, and your perception, and your belief system. And if you have struggled with these areas, and you have more fear, and you have cynicism and tension and headaches, eye problems, bad dreams, it's probably some stuff going on with your brow chakra. So do some things that kind of help open that, or do a meditation. If you want to do meditations, this would probably be a visualization meditation or visualizing things. So if you want to kind of open that. The throat chakra, the sound that would probably help that is probably birds or singing or music. So if you want to kind of open that one. And the heart chakra, same. Music would help with that. Any kind of background music for that meditation. Now the very top is the crown chakra. It's at the very top of your head. The color of this is violet. And the element of this is your thought or your will process. And your functions, it's your visualization, your upper brain, your cerebrum. And it is more directed to your pineal gland, your cerebral cortex, your central nervous system, and your right eye. And there's something about right eye and left eye. So your brow chakra goes with the left, and your crown chakra goes with the right. Now, the crystals to use for this are amethyst, diamond, purple fluorite, quartz, and selenite. Amethyst is my favorite because it kind of helps with all the chakras. So if you want to do something with all your chakras and align all your chakras, amethyst is the one that is kind of an all for one. It's the one that I would have in my collection of gems or crystals at all time. Now the foods that go with this are purple, but mostly this one is a fasting. So if you're into fasting or lots of Buddhas, like fasting will help with this chakra. Please be aware of physical ailments in your body if you can't fast. And the qualities and the lessons that go with this are your higher self, your personality, your oneness with spiritual stuff, your inspiration, your unity, your divine wisdom, your understanding, your awakening, your selfless service, your perception beyond earth, and your community consciousness. And if you struggle with things like lack of inspiration, confusion, depression, some of these hesitation to serve, some of this is going to be in that chakra. Now, I am going to post in the show notes a chakra alignment meditation that I made, but honestly, you can look anywhere for chakra alignment meditations. You can look on YouTube, you can look on the Calm app, you can look anywhere and pretty much find a chakra alignment. And I suggest probably doing it at least once a week to align your chakras. Maybe do the thing that I told you about where you draw each chakra out on a piece of paper and put a stone over it, and then put a pendulum over each one and see if those chakras are aligned. Now, these are the 7 major energy centers or chakras. I think we have more. I've been told we have more. I know there's some above us and some below us, but I don't know the details of those. I just know that these are the ones that we use the most. And a lot of times too, I know this sounds so cliche, but keeping these aligned and open is really just having confidence in yourself and loving yourself. Those lower chakras are really hard to keep open. They've got lots of baggage in them from our inner child and from sexual things and from self-confidence things. But your entire body is connecting to the universal consciousness or the international or the divine. So these chakras sometimes, are best to be in aligned, so that when it just gives you a spiritual balance to balance and work physically too. The main purpose in working with and understanding the chakras is to create wholeness of ourselves, or to bring, certain aspects of our consciousness from physical to spiritual or spiritual to physical, and have them harmonious with each other. We'll start to begin to recognize that the different aspects of ourselves, like physical, sexual, they'll all work together, or they'll all work, or sometimes they can work separately, and we want them to align and be together. So some ways, the best way I know to know if they're open or shut, or you're struggling with each one, are the things that I listed that if you're struggling with, or that alignment paper where you represent each chakra as a color and use pendulum over each one. Lots of chakra activation techniques, to help align or to open them. Honestly, I said loving yourself unconditionally, meditating with certain gems. So if you're struggling with the solar plexus, then you would want to meditate with one of the gems that I listed, and maybe have fire as the sound when you're meditating, and just kind of open, surround yourself with that yellow light. And this is just, you could do this with any color or any of the chakras. You can put these quartz or these gems in your water when you're drinking them. So if you're struggling with the crown chakra, you could put clear quartz in your water. That helps a lot. Also, moon water helps with aligning your chakras. And you just stick out water in a glass jar while there's a full moon, and you can drink it like the next 3 days. And live in alignment with your integrity. That's huge. So live in alignment with who you are and be your true self. That's probably the number one. If you step into your power and live with your true self, that will totally help with opening all the chakras. Prayer and meditation helps. Fasting for short periods. Relaxing, self-care, huge with opening chakras. Enough sleep, enough rest. Grounding, going outside and earthing, huge for activating your chakras. Breath work is huge for activating your chakra. That helps align your chakras. And visualization. Those are huge, huge keys to help activating and opening your chakras. So I, don't do a lot of, I just know when I can kind of just intuitively tell when I'm out of line. And so I don't teach a lot about the chakras because, one, you can Google most any of this information, right? So you can Google anything about the chakras that you want to know. But my main purpose of talking about the chakras is I just want you to know that they combine. They're combined with your organs and your physical body. And if you feel out of balance, or you feel ungrounded, or you feel out of place, or there's certain things in your life that aren't going in alignment or in your truth, figure out which chakra it goes to and just work on that chakra. I know people who will wear, if they're working on that certain chakra, they'll wear that color for the day. And that's awesome too. So chakras are important. They're important to our spiritual wellness and our physical wellness. They combine them together, and that's why they're so important. So I hope that helps you with the chakras. I hope that gives you a little bit more insight onto how they work. And if you want to Google some of the other chakras that are below, I think all in all, I think we have 12 chakras that we know of, but some of them are like not combined to us physically. They're more spiritually, and they go more below us, like in our leg region, and higher than us. I've seen this a couple times. I've been told this a couple times, but I focus on the chakras because I'm still focusing on some of the lower chakras. I'm still, the navel chakra and the root chakra and the solar plexus. Sometimes I do struggle with the throat chakra, because I did in the past have a hard time speaking up or speaking my truth, or some of the affirmations. I want to tell you some affirmations for some chakras too, if you're struggling with them. So let me find it. I wrote them down. Now, with the root chakra, one of the best affirmations to use for that is I accept all abundance in my life. I accept all abundance in my life. So if you're struggling with the root chakra, that's a great affirmation for that. The navel chakra, a great affirmation for that is I am creative in all areas of my life. So you are creative. I am creative. I have intuitive ideas. And for the solar plexus, it's I value and trust myself fully. I trust my intuition. Those are great affirmations for that one. And the heart chakra is I deserve love. I deserve happiness. That's a great affirmation for the heart chakra. I deserve love. And the throat chakra is I am calm. I am confident, and I speak my truth. That's a great one. I am calm, I am confident, and I speak my truth. The third I is I listen to my intuition. I have everything I need inside of me. I listen to my intuition. And then the last one, the crown chakra, is I am connected. I am connected to spirit. I am connected to my higher self. I am connected. I am connected to the divine. So those are great affirmations. If you're struggling with some of those chakras, those are some great affirmations to stick in your daily affirmations and keep continually saying. I think that's a great idea. So hopefully that helps with the chakras. It's just kind of a general view. But I think it's really worth it, because it really is part of the chakras really connecting your soul to your body. And I know sometimes, during our spiritual awakenings, our soul and our spirit just wants and thrives to know more, and we go, and our body has a hard time keeping up with that. So if we keep our chakras in alignment with our body, then it will help with our awakening. It'll help us to be able to, our awakening won't be so as drama or so, because awakenings aren't always easy. And I hate saying that because I don't want to create that, but awakenings can be a little bit difficult, especially physically and spiritually. So when we have our chakras aligned, it just helps that process a little bit more. So I hope that helps you guys. Stay tuned to all of my stuff on social media, because I am going to launch my retreat next week. And if you don't know, I have Carrie Connects every week that tells you what's coming up for the week and the signs and symbols to watch for. You can find that on Instagram. And if you have anything that you want to know or learn about on this podcast, please send a email or a DM to one of those. All of my locations on Facebook and Insta and all of that are down in the show notes. Find me, DM me, email me, let me know what you want to listen to, and I will make a podcast on it and research it for you. So love you guys so much, and have a great week, and be kind to one another. If you liked this podcast, please share with others and let them know how much you love it.